All right. What have we got here? Mendelssohn's Songs Without Words for the Piano is a treasure trove of great piano literature for the intermediate and upper intermediate students. It's not too hard to pick up, and the songs are usually short, which means they are anything from 1 to 3 pages, maybe 5 pages on a very great occasion, but most of them are simple, they are short, and then very, very doable. So unlike most of the classical pieces, Mendelssohn actually put in some song titles, so he has give us some clues, some directions about what he's thinking when he's writing those things. There's unrest, there's consolation, there's hunting songs, all kinds of different stuff, okay? And he wrote 3 Venetian boat songs. 3. Okay, so 3 Venetian boat songs in this book. Most modern day people, when they think of Venice, they are thinking of gondolas. Why? It's because Venice is a city built on water. And instead of streets, it has canals. And so people go from house to house. They kind of move around instead of hailing a taxi, they get a ride on a gondola with a gondolier going behind and just kind of roll the boat from one place to another. Wherever you want to get off and get on. That's how it goes, right? And most people, when we think about Venice, we think about the honeymooners, the romantic honeymooners, who are there to really just maximize on their romantic holidays, spending time together in love. Yeah, well, we have a little problem here because all 3 of these Venetian boat songs are not exactly in a happy romantic mood by any stretch of imagination. So, for example, the first one, you have this. Oh, yeah. So it's very sad. Very sad. This character has something to say, and it's not like, I am so happy I am here with my true love today. No. She's having a terrible time. And imagine to be a she, because, well, she probably got ditched by somebody else. She has in my imagination, she was here previously with somebody that she loved very much, and she had a little bit of her fling. But now, this time she's back, and then she just kind of like thinking back about the guy, the man, but he's gone, really gone. Okay, so she sings like that. And in this backdrop, in fact, every one of these Venetian songs have these kind of like, well, so this kind of like a little bit of like the waves, the waves, undercurrent of the waves. And that is about as much of a boat ride as I can pull out of these songs, okay? Everything else I'm playing really has nothing more beyond these 6/8 notes. Are just the melodies. What is she trying to say? And she says, oh, what am I doing here? Oh, what am I doing here? I don't know why she's there. Maybe she wants to try to go back to her memory, but she really can't because she's so absorbed in the feeling of loss. All right, so that's where I am. Make the best of it. Come up with your own lyrics as usual. Now, the next Venetian song, boat song, is a little bit more dramatic, very much more dramatic. And, well, actually, all of them can be very dramatic. In fact, on the first Venetian boat song, I am posting 2 versions. I play 2 versions of the same song, just for you to show how they can be played vastly differently. Just depends on what's on the mind. All All right. The first one I did was a little bit more subdued, because I imagine this young lady is sitting there, the gondolier is behind her rowing, so she really can't just wail too loudly, because that's unbecoming, right? Very, very not proper. And so she had to deal with all her turmoil inside her, and she does it in a subdued way. And in the second version of the first Venetian Boat-Song, I let it out more. All right, so you take your pick about which one you like better. The second Venetian Boat-Song has a lot more action, okay? Why? Because it goes like this. All right, so why is there a... Oh, maybe she's like... Or maybe something. Something is really, it's like a stab into her heart. She has a thought, and it's like, suddenly a thought came to her head. It's like a stab into her heart, stab into her guts. And that's how I make of this. So really, really enjoy this note, all right? And then after you had that, so she go like this. She gets more agitated. Etc. Okay, make up your own stuff. You now understand that this is another poor unhappy woman who is really just being, having a terrible time. Now, the third Venetian Boat-Songs, as you might guess, it also has the 6/8 meter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Okay, this kind of thing's going, this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know that in water, but who is she this time? All right. Is she just having a bad time, or how bad? So I actually put in a little bit more thought into this third Venetian Boat-Song. And that is because it's, to me, the most interesting. You open this, the scene, open this. What are those dramatic notes? So I imagine her saying, woe's me, woe's me, okay, woe me, woe me, woe me, woe me. And then she started singing her song. Of course, it's another song about her lost love, okay? Her lost love who is not coming back to her anymore. I'm just putting all these three songs in the same way. All right, so she's singing this terribly sad, true sadness. You had to make it, if you play the song, you had to make it as sad as possible. Then it comes, she comes to this point. It goes. A brief, very brief, few measures of just kind of like sunshine, shadow. And I think at this point, she is really having flashback about the good days. Flashbacks of when she was in love. Flashbacks of when he was still there with her. You got this? Hear that? This is kind of uncertain, right? It's not a minor key. This is a kind of like, so she's weaving in and out of this memory. And then she goes, sorry. Okay, so there she is obviously being her deep sorrow, her present sorrow is still growing. It's overtaking her until she goes back to this woe me. All right, we're back to there. And then she goes, and she goes, I love this F. What does that make you feel? Listen again. It's a change. Something stabs her. A new thought. And then she releases it a little bit. Actually, it's not a release. It's a very tight song. Go back to that kind of thing again, and then finally she breaks out. This is the second time she's going through this. She's getting agitated. She had a momentary flashback and she's getting more agitated. In fact, this is really coming to the climax, okay? So the two notes that I'm really focusing on this section is not just a ramp up, the huge ramp up to the tension, but here, this time I'm serious. And this time I imagine that she is not just having been stabbed by some thought. She is actually taking her own life. Yeah, I know, very sappy, right? Key here, major chord. Right? What's happening? What's happening is that she had just killed herself, but she is in the process of dying. As you know, melodramatic scenes, it's not like you boom and you're dead. You kill yourself with a knife, but you go through the loss of blood, but the person is just, by this time, the blood is trickling out of the body, and she is feeling less and less, more and more weak. And she's also feeling this release from her pain. So, and what's coming up next? You guessed it. She's rising out of the body. She's going to heaven. See, even these two notes, you have those same notes again. Instead of like this, instead of still the same note, same A and E. This time it comes out as more like a beautiful thing. She's not like, oh me. She's just all that of the woe. It's as if her woes, her saying woes me, is just fading, fading in the midst of all this beautiful run of 16 notes in the right hand. All right? Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So if you want to do some imagination, I would say I was really thinking about the Little Mermaid, because the Little Mermaid is a story about how she had this great love and she really wanted to make it work, but at the end, she actually just took her own life by refusing to take his life by stabbing him with a knife. Instead, she just threw the knife away and just went back into the water and then turned into the bubbles. That is not the Disney version. Just go read the original version of The Little Mermaid. You know the story of basically giving up one's life. And then instead of dying, she found that she was released from the pain. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. And for Venetian Boat-Songs number 1, 2, and 3. And I really, really like the third one.